Welcome back. Well, it's that dreaded time of year, cold and flu season. So we have brought in nurse practitioner Nikki Womble from the Summit Express Clinic. She's going to tell us how we can hopefully prevent it and what happens if we do get the cold and the flu. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so we were just talking. Poor Ella, our meteorologist, is just suffering because she has a cold. You've been seeing a lot of colds, but you haven't seen quite as much flu this year. Is that right?
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of upper respiratory infections. That's pretty common this time of the year, especially with the labile weather that we've had. But we've had very few flu cases in comparison to last year and the year before. So
that's great.
That is
great news. Of course, you know, we still have a long way to go when it comes to the flu season. So what should people be doing right now when it comes to the flu?
I would highly recommend, if you have not had your flu vaccine, it is not too late to get a flu vaccine. Get in there and get it. That way you're protected. And we do have those at all three of our clinics. Just walk in and we can get you a flu shot just real quick.
Most insurance covers it. It's free.
Yeah, it's really a no-brainer. It's a great thing to do.
So what happens if you get the flu and you had your flu shots? That just means maybe particularly that strain wasn't covered under that.
Yeah, that could definitely be, and that does happen. That's kind of what we've seen the last couple of years. If you start running a fever, having chills, body aches, that kind of stuff, then get in within the first 48 hours and we can get you started on the antiviral if you do test positive for the flu.
Okay, yeah. So. And it's important, most of these things that we're talking about that you guys see right now are viruses.
They are.
They're not bacterial infections, right?
Right.
So an antibiotic's not going to do any good.
Doesn't do any good for viruses, that's for sure, and that's a really hard thing to tell people.
So how can you tell the difference between the cold and the flu?
The flu usually has more of a fever, body aches, chills. It's respiratory, so you will have the runny nose, sore throat, and usually a painful cough. But we do test to see if you have flu A or B, so we can determine if you do have the flu or not. So.
And so then if it's not that, then you think you have the cold and you have a different sort of way of handling that? Yeah,
generally just with over-the-counter medications and rest, fluids, and try not to spread it.
Yeah. We were just talking about one thing that, everybody wants to be kind and shake hands and give hugs and all of that kind of stuff around the holiday season. But that is probably what's spreading.
Yeah, if you think about it, when you cough into your hand, you sneeze into your hand. So shaking hands with people is definitely a great way to transmit any kind of viruses or bacteria. So refraining from that, wash your hands as much as you can. That's the best way to prevent transmission of any diseases. So.
Yeah. All right. Great advice from a nurse practitioner, Nikki Womble from the Summit Express Clinics. Thanks for coming.
Yes, thanks for having us.
We appreciate it. Hopefully it will be a great flu season and nobody will get it. All right. A teaser.